Good afternoon, guys. Welcome back to PA Street Scene. For those of you that are new here, my name is Derek. Make sure you're hitting that like and subscribe button and also that notification bell so you can keep up with my latest content. Today, it is finally time to close a chapter that's been weighing on my mind for about the last month. For those of you that follow me, you know that this project has kind of been a bane of my existence. Something that started out fun in concept, just never really worked out, and it's time to move on and cover it up and just continue on. So, of course, what I'm talking about is the PT Cruiser. Now, when I started this, I did it because, like most PT Cruisers of this generation, it was having clear coat issues on the hood and the fenders, and it just looked awful. So I thought it would be fun to buy a bunch of glitter. So actually my mom did that for me for my birthday. It was about 10 pounds of glitter initially, and then a couple more for touch-up using industrial strength adhesive. I thought it was going to be great, and it just hasn't worked out. I did really try to give it as many tries as I could to make this work because I really did like the idea of it. Actually, last weekend I had come back and ground all the glitter off the hood because that was the main problem area, and ground it basically down to bare metal. And tried again. And it's still not working out. So I made myself a promise during that time that if it didn't work out, I was going to cover it up and we were going to pretend it never happened. So that's what's going to happen today. Car, like you can see, a lot of bare spots. And unfortunately, the glitter just, when it lays, depending on how you pour it, it gets patchy. Like this was all poured at the same time, but I think it just laid at different angles. So it just looks awful. And I really need to get back into driving this car daily again. I've been driving the R for about a month now just because I've been so frustrated with this and trying to fix it and embarrassed to be seen in it. So we're calling on an old friend of mine today. That friend is Herculiner. Herculiner is actually the product that I used on the headliner of my R32, if you remember that video. And pretty good stuff. Truck bed liner covers up just about anything. So my plan right now is to tape off all the areas that are red, including the flames on the side, and follow that line as closely as possible, maybe go a little bit bigger. And then basically everything that's red glitter is going to be truck bed liner. So between the roller that comes with it and a sponge brush, we're gonna cover all this up and pretend it never happened. So let's get started. Alright, so it is a few days later. I've given the truck bed liner a couple days to cure. I've driven the car a bit, and this project from the onset was just a terrible idea. If I ever try to attempt to do metal flake on a car again, I really am just going to do it the right way, unless someone comes up with a better way of doing it. But I mean, professionals are professionals for a reason, and this was a really good example of why that's the case. However, I'm pretty happy with the results all said and done. This car is a beater. I don't really care too much. I just wanted it to be a bit more subtle if it wasn't going to look great. The texture from the glitter is still apparent, but it's not nearly as bad as when it was the glitter laying in all different directions and looking patchy. So I'll turn you around so you can see it. Now the weird part about this is, I don't know how well it's going to translate on the camera, but there is at least 2 coats on this car of the Herculiner, and still the glitter managed to come through. So, like I said, I'm not sure how well it's going to translate on camera because it's really sunny out. And you would think that would make the glitter show up better, but I don't think it actually is. But it's definitely coming through. Just little sparkles here and there. So I don't hate it. I'm just not loving it. And of course we still have the flames. Sorry, the car's filthy right now. But yeah, all in all, for a beater, I think it's fine. And I won't have to worry about rock chips. So yeah, I think that's kind of the end of this project, putting a bookend on it. And gotta learn from your failures. And in many ways, this was definitely a failure. But a fun learning experience on a car that I didn't pay much money for to begin with. So I'm not too brokenhearted about it. And at least I can drive it again. I can tell you, driving this car again after almost a month of not driving it and dailying the R every day, this car rides so much smoother. It's like driving a pillow compared to that car because the suspension is so stiff in the R. So definitely better for an R or a daily driver for my back and things like that. So yeah, I think this is going to end the PT Cruiser video. Now that this is going to be my daily driver again, I can start working on the R32 and really getting into some projects I was putting off. And now that events are starting to kick back up, you'll be able to see more content like that as well from me. So make sure you're hitting that like and subscribe button and also smashing that notification bell. And until next time, take care. I'll see you then.